Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up. Bimbilla Senior High School students confirmed dead after being struck by stray bullets during the Fire Festival in Bimbilla in the northern region on Saturday, July 5.
But these are seasons for celebration, but not for firing of ammunition or whatever. So we should desist from firing live bullets, as these bullets may cost us.
Also coming up, New Patriotic Party accuses the Economic and Organized Crime Office of human rights violations over the continued detention of former CEO of the National Food Buffer Store Company, Abdul Wahab Hanan, who was arrested over claims of financial misappropriation. Petroleum sector players call on government to provide clear timelines for the implementation of the proposed 1 cedi per litre fuel levy.
Also plead with those in authority to make sure they also come out with a timeline. Now we are taking this for 6 months or for 1 year or whichever day they think it will sustain us up to.
Later in the bulletin, emergency health response services under pressure in the Bono region as 5 ambulances break down, impacting healthcare delivery.
These are vehicles at Doma Central, Bekum East, Pine District, and Sunyani Municipality. Sunyani Municipality will have the 2 of the vehicles, so in total we have 5 of them not working.
Grateful for your time. Let's now get into the details of our stories. And one person has been confirmed dead in Bimbilla following gunfire during the Fire Festival celebrations on Saturday, July 5. The victim, a student of Bimbilla Senior High School, was reportedly struck on the neck by a stray bullet allegedly fired by a celebrant using a small firearm. Her body has since been taken to the hospital morgue by security officials. Eyewitnesses say the event was marked by widespread gunfire and explosives despite warnings from the Municipal Security Council. A family spokesperson, Mohammed Abdul Rashid, expressed concern about the continued use of weapons during such festivities.
At least during the festive season. But these are seasons for celebration, but not for firing of ammunition or whatever. So we should desist from firing live bullets, as these bullets may cost us a lot, as it has happened to the family. And so we should take this as maybe as something that would always remind us, so that whenever we are having celebrations like this, and we desist from even weapons, and then even up to an extent of firing.
Let's now speak to the Acting Executive Director of the Small Arms Commission, Dr. Adam Bona, on this very subject. Grateful to you, sir, for joining us on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Recently, you issued a warning about the use of firearms during these festivals. I'm certain that this will be the right time to reiterate that, that warning.
Oh yes, good evening. We picked intel that this is what was going to happen. IEDs were going to be used, improvised, what do you call it, explosive devices. IEDs were going to be used, and, weapons, some of which are not permissible even to be licensed under our laws in this country, were going to be used. So we saw the need to caution the celebrants, those who are going to take part in the festive celebrations. Festivals have been part of us for centuries. And therefore, no one can ban festivals. No one can say there shouldn't be festivals. But of course, we needed to caution the celebrants to be cautious, coming from the backdrop of what happened at the Babu Uloma's palace when one of the queen mothers got shot and she died. You remember there was a festival somewhere in the Bono area. Kofi Aduma got, gunpowder, charged gunpowder into his eyes. And then, so we have had a series of these events, leading to either injuries or deaths. Therefore, we needed to caution. But unfortunately, it looks like that fell on deaf ears. Most of the celebrants decided to use IEDs. Some also used weapons that, if you ask me, are not permissible at all. You can't license them even in this country. Fire them indiscriminately. And unfortunately, condolences to these students who had to die in this manner. And so one can only say that the laws we have currently for gun regulation is over 50 years old. And from the point of view of the Small Arms and Light Weapons Commission, we need this law. We have a bill that is pending, is at the ministerial level, pending to be, probably sent to cabinet and eventually to parliament to be promulgated into law. Because at the moment, there isn't a clear-cut regulator when it comes to firearms. And so every Tom, Dick, and Harry, children in secondary schools are, sneaking, stealing their parents, sidearms to school. Everyone, if I tell you the number of people who would call me daily, wanting or sending photos of weapons they want to bring into the country, you wonder. I mean, Ghana is not a war-torn country. Why is everybody, trying to protect himself? You walk the streets of this country and it is peaceful. But unfortunately, because probably over the years we haven't done much about gun regulation, these things have persisted. But on the point of view again of the Small Arms Commission, we are sensitizing the general public. We have moved to schools. We have moved to, traditional authorities. We are collaborating with them while sending the passage of our bill into law, trying to get them to, desist from using live ammo. We have ammo that is not lethal, but using live ammo during celebrations when the whole place is charged can be detrimental, and that is what has always happened. You see some of them using AK-47s. You see some using pump-action guns and shooting into the air. And pump-action guns, uses BB or BB cartridges and the rest are more lethal than even AK-47. But unfortunately, we have not been able to nip this in the bud. I'm sure that this would be dealt with hopefully in the next few months, because once this bill is promulgated, a lot of changes is going to take place within the arms fraternity in this country. But at the moment, until that is done, we can only continue to work with the police, work with the other security agencies, believing that our collaborative, and of course yourself, granting us this audience to speak to the general public about the harmful effect of using live ammo during festive occasions. It is needless. If you want the sound of a gun, you can fire, a single barrel gun with a non-lethal, ammo, and you will still have the same effect. Why do you shoot with a live ammo that are pellets and sometimes AK-47s? We have actually seen M16s being used in this country. It is something that over the years not much was done, but I want to believe that some of us have a role to play in ensuring, all of us, including myself, now at the helm of affairs at the Small Arms Commission, we have roles to play to ensure that these things, once our law is passed, we are able to nip this in the bud. But at the moment, we need to do a lot in terms of sensitization and trying to catch the bad guys who are probably using other unapproved weapons during celebrations in this country.
Mr. Bonap, talking about the law, from what you've told us, looks like it's very important for this law to be passed, for you to be able to work effectively. What are some of the difficulties you're facing to get this bill passed?
Well, I think that it should have been passed. You know, I served on behalf of CSOs in the last board of the Small Arms Commission, and I've been part of the drafting of the bill. We put it before the then Minister of the Interior, through Ambrose Derry to Henry Korche, and I pushed and nothing happened. But fortunately, the current president of the Republic, spoke about this law in his SONA, his first SONA. My minister, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, has asked for the bill. It's been sent to him, and it's undergoing review. They are looking at portions, of course. This is a new administration, and so one or two things would have to be done. And so I want to believe that at the moment, I don't sense any difficulty. It has to do with probably pushing cautiously to make sure it is passed. Once it is passed, because then we cannot live in a country where firearms are not regulated. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, either moving them in and out. We have a big challenge, and weapons, if you ask me, are more deadly than drugs. Because if you take drugs, but one weapon, that we trace a weapon that traveled from about 16 countries into Ghana. 16 countries, one weapon, traveled several, because one of our mandates is also to track weapons. Track a weapon, an illicit weapon that moved from one country, 16 countries into our country until it was apprehended. And so it tells you that if we do not work coordinatedly, we are going to have issues. You know what is going on in the Sahel.
Okay.
So mine is that I wouldn't say there are issues, but we are pushing and we are very optimistic that this law would be passed soon, so that these issues would probably be handled properly.
All right, I'm grateful to you, sir. Dr. Adam Bona is the acting executive director of the Small Arms Commission. Let's still stay with the consequences of the use of small arms, which are unregulated, because the family of a 16-year-old Form 2 student of the Adventist Senior High School who was shot in the eye in school say they are focusing on getting her back to school and also ensuring she completely overcomes the emotional trauma after a successful eye surgery. Susie Pinamang was hit in the eye by a stray bullet fired by her colleague in school and returned to Ghana from the United Kingdom, where she underwent eye surgery to enable her gain back her eyesight. Channel 1 News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani has more.
It was a mix of faith on one side and hopelessness on the other for relatives of 16-year-old Susie Pinaman when she suffered injuries in the eyes after the incident at the Adventist Senior High School in Kumasi.
It was tough because about the report that the other hospital gave us, it was so difficult for us to accept it. So it was tough, but we didn't give up. We kept on praying, and then also we were looking for some sources of income. So we didn't give up as you asked. So we kept on fighting.
But the intervention by businessman and philanthropist Ibrahim Mahama to fly Susie abroad for further treatment brought some relief to the family after doctors confirmed chances of her gaining her sight.
May God bless Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and the entire family of Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and the president. May God bless them. And Mr. Rafik. Mr. Rafik is a person that he has taught me many lessons. That no matter what you have, you need to humble yourself. Leaving his work and his family to come and be with someone that you don't know from anywhere. It's so tough.
Susie says she can now see and wants to go back to school, though she initially lost interest.
I want to see them way Papa Ibrahim Mahama that romantic way. No, any Ghana from Paibo, inti, the city way. Scone dear, me could be me, send come in, by me could be in Pesset dear, Melusibia, and Pesset like Pesset me any partition or like Ghana ha. Mr. Rafik and I said, stay by him, Mumia, and we say a crown or like or boano, or ye be a Basabasana saying, why ain't the partition or Ghana? I'm assuming when a bar, it's near Buano.
Mr. Ibrahim Mahama also took care of other expenses of her upkeep as she returned to school.
My sister needs to continue her school. She needs to continue her school, and God being so good, Mr. Ibrahim Mahama has, he's gonna take all the courses of her school. He's gonna help her to continue her school. So as for her school, everything has been covered by Mr. Ibrahim Mahama.
Are we looking at she going back to the same school, or the family is contemplating on changing her?
Emotionally, it's going to be tough for her to go back to that school, because we are all human beings. We know when something like that happens, it is not easy for you to just go back there and say something like that, or be in school. Just no. So we are finding another way to help her to go to school.
At their Tredia residence, Susie and her family were full of praise for Ibrahim Mahama for the support.
Mr. Ibrahim Mahama,
Now, after a successful eye surgery, Susie Pinaman is back, and her dream is to continue her education. She says she wants to work hard to ensure she becomes a very prominent person in future. Her family is also thankful to businessman Ibrahim Mahama. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Tredia, Ashanti region.
Now back in Accra, the National Youth Wing of the New Patriotic Party is accusing the Economic and Organized Crime Office EOCO of human rights violations over the continued detention of the former CEO of the National Food Buffer Stock Company, Abdul Wahab Hanan. Despite reportedly meeting a 60 million cedi bail condition, Abdul Wahab Hanan remains in EOCO custody. He is under investigation for alleged financial misappropriation during his tenure. We are now joined in studio by the National Youth Organizer of the NPP, Salam Mustafa, who has strongly criticized EOCO's handling of this matter. Grateful to you, Salam. You're welcome to Channel 1 TV studios.
Thank you.
You've been very vocal about this issue. You've masked up with some members of his family and friends, members of the party at EOCO last week, demanding his release. He's still in EOCO custody, despite reportedly meeting the bail condition.
Yeah, that's true. Good evening to your viewers. I'm sad as a citizen. If what we're seeing is anything to go by, then Ghana is in a sorry state. I say this because no one is against accountability, is against probity. We as a party don't shy away from having our ex-government officials account to the Ghanaian people, and government holding them to strict proof of their stewardship when they were in office. Not at all. But where people are whimsical and malicious, it begs to differ that what is being done is of different intent. And that's exactly what we are seeing. Alhaji Hanan Abdul Wahab was picked up sometime dawn of Wednesday.
June 25.
Yes. And as we speak, he's still in custody. Even though the onerous, atrocious, and outrageous bail conditions put on him were met, EOCO would simply not let him go out of sheer brute force. So it is persecution and not prosecution. Hanan is being persecuted because EOCO is not a court of law. We have a judicial system in this country. And Ghana is a democratic state and subject to the tenets of democracy, rule of law. What we are seeing begs to differ, that this is the rule of man. Because whimsical display of power is what we are seeing today. And it's sad that we are seeing that under a democratically elected government, which came in on the back of a huge goodwill and massive electoral victory with lofty promises to better the lot of the Ghanaian people. If Hanan has done something wrong, put him before a court of law and let him have his day.
You posted on social media,
yes.
EOCO, enough is enough.
Yes.
We are coming. What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, we will go to EOCO tomorrow. I was there earlier this evening with some family and friends. Tomorrow we are going there together with some MPs, party sympathizers, executives who come, will all go to EOCO and ask why. Why? Why is he still being kept in detention when the conditions that you put on him have been met? Look, the valuation report that we have far exceeds the onerous bail conditions that we put, the 60 million, the surety that we have put is more than it.
So the
why is it
evaluation
being
report
kept?
was supposed to have been ready yesterday.
Everything is ready. Yesterday, when we finished everything and we're calling Raymond Archer, his deputies, whoever is involved in this case to come and just go through and grant the young man bail to go home, none of them will pick their phone calls. So he's been left there as punishment for exactly what we don't know. That's why I'm saying that if he has done something wrong, take him to court. The constitution of this country makes it very clear that bail cannot be used as punishment. Therefore, what EOCO is doing contravenes the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. And if you're minded, Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution also says that in the exercise of power, we should not be whimsical and arbitrary. But this is a clear case of arbitrariness, whimsical display of power, which the Constitution frowns upon. So between what EOCO is doing and what purportedly Hanan has done, who is being lawless and garrulous here, is EOCO.
Do you feel you're fighting this battle alone? Do you have the backing of the institution of the NPP? I'm talking about
absolutely.
the MPs. Because
absolutely, I talk to MPs every day. His legal team. Let me say this. Yeah. His legal team have been very magnanimous in asking us not to mobilize.
Okay.
In fact, we have told them that we are defying you. We are defying you. We will go and show huge solidarity with our brother. Hanan is in my youth wing. Hanan is a young man. So if we have listened to the legal counsel for him over this period, and the lawyers have worked tirelessly, I've worked with them, running around Accra and other places, trying to put together, the conditions and so on and so forth. Almost 2 weeks now. If we have met it, I don't know whether they have turned EOCO into a brothel or a hotel now that they want to keep people for absolute no reason. I just don't understand. What is it with Hanan that X the state so badly that they must keep it in detention all this while? And I feel sad as a Ghanaian that a citizen can be treated in such a disdainful manner like we are seeing Hanan being treated.
Does it bother you that
MPP person?
EOCO has said nothing? I remember in the Wuntumi case, the Deputy Attorney General came out with some sort of explanation, the reasons why he had been picked up. We've not seen anything of the sort in Hanan's case.
No. They are doing it with absolute disregard and disrespect. to everybody. His family, everybody. Hannah's own liberties and rights and freedoms. Like, the disrespect is outstanding. It's astounding. And I stretch my imagination to understand why. Is it because he shares a wall with His Excellency the President? So national security doesn't want him in, any parameter near the President. If that is so, come and talk to the young man that we think that your closeness to the residence of the President is a bit problematic. So we would want you to move away a little bit. Common sense. Negotiate with the person. Don't use brute force like it's been done. And he's a human being who would understand that for national security considerations, if they don't want me near the President, I would move away. But to subject him in this inhumane, wicked manner speaks volumes of the behavior of the NDC.
Okay.
And I am pained that a government can be so cruel to a citizen.
All right.
I'm sad.
Let's talk some party issues now. The National Delegates Conference is coming on July 19th. You're part of the planning committee.
Yes.
How are preparations so far? Fantastic.
Everything is going on so well. We are meeting and we are on schedule. And hopefully, the coming Saturday is not there. The following Saturday, we are red hot. And I'm sure from my checks with the regions, everybody's eager to come for us to get conference done, which sets in motion the reorganization processes of the party. So everybody is eager to have conference done, which puts the party back in stead of reorganization for us to prepare ourselves for the next election in 2028. So far, the planning has gone very well, and I am sure by the time delegates begin to arrive, and by the time the program will kick off, Saturday 19th morning, everybody would have seen that indeed a lot of work was done behind the scenes. So we are working around the clock, even though not easy to host about 6,000 people, delegates, and thousands of other party supporters who will come genuinely to support. It's not easy, but we are up to the task. So
rerun in some 19 polling stations.
Yes.
You've kicked against it.
Yes.
Has the party made any decision yet whether to participate or not?
We have filed an interlocutory injunction in court. It cannot be. The EC doesn't have power sole moto to decide that it will rerun elections in selected polling stations. If we allow this to go, it sets a dangerous precedent in our electoral system that when a party realizes that it is losing elections, it can come and destroy everything and then press for rerun of polling stations that you feel, and choose. But we cannot accept it. This is not democracy. The EC should go to court, okay, and get the court to order a rerun. But you cannot sit in your office sole moto and decide that you are going to run, elections in 19 polling stations. When, in all communications, the EC maintained that coalition was incomplete and that 3 polling stations were outstanding to complete coalition. So at what point did coalition end and the EC realized that there was a problem with coalition and ordering not the 3?
Yeah, because that's the 19. Information Dr. Bosman gave Parliament when he was there. That 3
yes,
polling stations.
Dr. Bosman was very clear, unambiguous in his communication that 3 polling stations were outstanding to complete coalition. Complete coalition. It stands to tell you that coalition is incomplete. It's only when you complete coalition that you can, now challenge the results. But there's nothing like that. The EC all of a sudden does a somersault of its position and says that it is going to conduct elections in 19 polling stations, on whose orders we do not know, on whose authority we do not know. And we say, no, we will not accept that.
All right.
It cannot happen.
Thank you very much, Salam.
Thank you.
Salam Mustafa is the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Grateful to you for coming. This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Petroleum sector players call on government to provide clear timelines for the implementation of the proposed 1 cedi per litre fuel levy. We have details in a bit. Please don't go away.
How do you keep thieves out of your house? You get a dog. How do you keep hunger out of your belly? You eat food. How do you keep sand out of your room? You sweep it out. How do you keep unwanted roaches, ants, and mosquitoes out of your house? You use Out multi-purpose insecticide spray and coils formulated with enough power to kill and drive pesky insects out of your house. Out multi-purpose insecticide and coils. Secure protection from pets. Get out. Out mosquito spray and coil. Sawuya Bua. Faha. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Ashaiman, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ashaiman or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Now, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union and the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers are calling on the government to provide clear timelines for the implementation and duration of the proposed 1 cedi fuel levy set to take effect on July 16. The two groups are also demanding transparency in how the revenue will be used, warning against making the levy a permanent fixture. Daniel Sakite reports.
After initial resistance, the GPRTU says it is no longer opposed to the 1 cedi fuel levy following discussions with key stakeholders. However, the union insists the levy must not be collected indefinitely. With diesel prices recording a slight increase in the first pricing window of July and petrol prices dropping marginally, the union warns that any further hikes could result in higher transport fares.
We will still say it is a little better than where we were. So let's move forward and see we are working and we want to make sure we always make profit out of what we are doing. So when we get to a stage where we see no profit, why not? We will start to make sure we also gain something out of what we are doing. We will also plead with those in authority to make sure they also come out with a timeline. Now we are taking this for 6 months or for 1 year or whichever day they think it will sustain us up to.
The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers (COPEC) is also raising red flags. Executive Secretary Duncan Amwa is demanding that the levy be time-bound and fully accounted for. He insists revenue should go directly into improving Ghana's energy sector.
We should not also have it in our minds that we are going to be collecting this forever, as the toll levy that was introduced in 2003 seem to have been collected forever. The ESLA that was introduced 2015-2016 January is now a permanent feature of the petroleum price buildup. So this new 1 Ghana cedi levy should not be treated as one of the old taxes that we have left on the price buildup forever. Whatever can be done in the short to medium term to get the energy or the power sector to what you will call full cost recovery, we should gravitate towards that. and then make the power sector equally deregulated like we have done with the petroleum sector. That way, the sector will be able to finance itself without imposing any hardships on trotro drivers, taxi drivers, because there's a challenge with the sector.
Meanwhile, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies says its members are preparing for the rollout on July 16th, which coincides with the start of the second pricing window of the month. However, the Chamber's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Revesenopon, says it is too early to tell what exact impact the levy will have on fuel prices, citing ongoing global and local market volatility.
My members have 2 weeks to prepare towards the new implementation. We have also let our requests be known to the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition and also GRA. It will be too early to say whether fuel price will go up or go down. The same position we took from the day this new levy came to being, and we had all the promise around there will be no increase. I believe by next week, Friday or Saturday, we should be able to tell the impact on the pump price.
Stakeholders have employed the government to use the revenue accrued under the fuel levy for its intended purposes. For Channel 1 News, I am Daniel Sakite.
Let's head to the Bono region, where the Regional Secretariat of the National Ambulance Service is facing operational challenges despite its crucial role in saving lives across the region's 12 municipal and district assemblies. With 5 ambulances currently grounded due to engine issues, the remaining fleet shoulders an increased workload. In response, the management of the National Ambulance Service is calling for additional ambulances to bolster the operations in the region. Channel 1 News' Michael Sapoinfum reports.
The National Ambulance Service in the Bono region plays a vital role in the region's healthcare system. Despite lacking risk allowance, personnel tirelessly respond to emergencies day and night. In 2024, they attended to 1,337 cases, with medical emergencies accounting for 809 instances. This year, they've already responded to 556 cases, with 308 being medical related. However, the service faces challenges, including 5 broken down ambulances affecting operations.
Currently, what we are facing is about the breakdown of our vehicles. As we speak, we have 5 of the vehicles not in operation. These are vehicles at Doman Central, Brekum East, Tyne District, and Sunyani Municipality. Sunyani Municipality, we have the 2 of the vehicles here. So in total, we have 5 of them not working because of the engine fault. We need to replace the engine. Regional Manager Fred Kwabanamua discusses the situation and advocates for more vehicles. Because the vehicles are not working in those districts, when there are cases, emergency cases, we need to dispatch ambulance from the adjoining districts. And sometimes when they also move to take these cases, gap is created at where they were. So when there's another case, we have to dispatch ambulance far away to attend to that case. And it increases our operational cost and put more stress on the ambulance or the crew. So eventually you see that always we are tight off. We have to be making sure that ambulances are moved all around to go and save life. He welcomes improved adherence to ambulance sirens, ensuring smoother operations. Yes. So for siren, we have been doing education about siren, giving way to emergency vehicles, ambulance and fire and all other emergency vehicles. So I think Ghanaians are now paying heed to the call. So now when the cars are coming, so they give you way. But still, there are others who seem not to hear what we are saying. So we are pleading that anytime you hear siren of emergency vehicle, especially the ambulance, you might not know who is in the ambulance. Could be your relative or anyone in. So we pray to the general public to give us way when they hear our sirens. Either there's someone in the ambulance or we are going to save somebody's life. That is very important. So we pray to the general public to help us save as many as we can life in this country. The Bono Regional Secretariat of the National Ambulance Service is calling for more ambulances to augment its fleet to enable them deliver on their mandate. For Channel 1 News, Michael Saponinfum, Sunyani.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Residents of Jakpai raise alarm over the lack of access to basic healthcare services due to the non-operational state of the community-based health planning and services compound in the area. Please don't go away. The news will be back shortly.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you for staying with us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Now let's take you to the northern region where residents of Jakpai, a farming community in the Kumbungu district, are raising alarm over the lack of access to basic healthcare services due to the non-operational state of a community-based health planning and services compound built in the area. The facility, which was completed and handed over to the community by the former district chief executive on the eve of the 2024 elections, still remains empty despite a pledge by the district chief executive to provide the needed resources for its full operation.
Despite its physical structure, the chief's compound is yet to be stocked with medical equipment, essential supplies, or assigned health personnel, making it impossible to serve the intended purpose. Community members say they continue to walk long distance, sometimes over 10 kilometers, to access healthcare services in neighboring communities, a situation that poses a serious risk, especially for pregnant women, children, and the elderly.
This structure has been completed and left to rot. And then right now it is starving the people. And then in terms of healthcare delivery, this particular community has been left in the darkness for a very long time. They have to travel far distances to access healthcare where they have the facility at their doorstep. But the question to ask is, who are those responsible to ensure that the work is done very well so that the people of Japan can also enjoy the quality of healthcare that we are all talking about?
Ni ku inda ku tiasha kanang lema na ku zang ye za nang de tuon tiboni kache ashibit ma na kane sha'nu ti yan chan zahambo de mu'sirtami belon pulo ta barme pulu bon domi pu mi sahambala akuto nya yidan no zang atia.
The abandoned facility has now become a haven for bats, with overgrown weeds and structural neglect, further compounding the disappointment of residents who had initially welcomed the project with hope. Youth leaders and opinion leaders in the community are now calling on the Kumbungu District Assembly, the Ghana Health Service, and relevant authorities to expedite action on equipping the chief's compound to make it functional.
Looking at the cost that has been involved in putting up this structure, and then how it is going deplorable right now, it would have been good if authorities from the District Assembly and the Ghana Health Service come together to ensure that the facility is made functional so that it will benefit the people of Japai and other communities that are supposed to get quality health care from this facility.
So yung di nang kanya tayong John. Kayang ko mo. Di pa John na la gulong ka chen chang bien yang pala. Di to pong tim ka di ne te gar tama. Nta hali ni wan. Di ya ya mo so la pam sang ti temen te pawa. Ka de la so tu che ka. De la sa shai te pa. Itu che ka te pong ne te be. Be ka pa ma ba jiru hala. Domi ayang ko chong na so hali to.
Meanwhile, attempts to reach officials from the Kumbungu District Assembly for comment have so far been unsuccessful. However, residents remain hopeful that renewed attention will be given to the matter to ensure the facility serves its intended purpose and relieves the health burden on the community. Behind me is the Jakpahe Chips compound, of course, that was built by the then DC of the Kumbungu district. But the sad thing is that this facility has no tables, no chairs, talk less of medications or equipment that healthcare professionals would need for the day-to-day running of the facility. For Channel 1 News, my name is Shawana Yusuf reporting from the Jakpahe community here in the Kumbungu district of the Northern region.
Now to some inspiring news from Ashaiman Zongo, where residents living abroad are giving back to their roots in a powerful way by funding the construction of a community hospital aimed at improving access to healthcare for thousands back home. Channel 1 News' Umaru Sandamadu reports on the inspiring initiative driven by diaspora commitment and hometown pride.
I am coming to you from Ashaiman, a very populous city in the Greater Accra region. We are focusing on initiatives private individuals have taken up to deal with health challenges in this sprawling city. Behind me, you see a 4-story building. It's incomplete, but it is intended to be a medical center. They call it the Zongo, Ashaiman Zongo Medical Center, which have been under construction since 2019. Community members who mostly live abroad decided to contribute to put up this medical center for an area known as Zongo Laka in Ashaiman. But after 6 years, they have almost given up and they need help. We have cited this project, and today we are here on this Channel 1 Newsroom to see what exactly is happening and how they can be assisted. Take a walk with me as we inspect this huge building, which is still under construction. Did you buy the land or someone gifted it to you?
No, the land belongs to the Ashaiman Muslims.
Okay.
It's been there for almost 40 years or so.
And you have done 4-story?
Yes, 4-story. If you add the ground floor, that's 5.
5 floors?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes, please.
Is it not too ambitious? Maybe you could have started with a small place and then you'll be building small as you go. But to carry everything, that could be the reason you have still not finished after 6 years.
Yes, it's true. Some people make that argument, but we also felt that no, if you are doing something, you have to think big, and it's not just one day thing. It's an ongoing thing. It could happen even if we are not able to complete it now, others will come and continue. But we want to finish it right now. Though we have the members who are at least contributing, so that's why we are also asking other people, anybody who can help us, they can also come in and help.
Have you had any government support in this project so far? And national government or local?
For now, no, we don't.
Okay. But do you need government support?
Of course, we need government support. Of course, we need government support.
What kind of help do you require immediately?
Immediately, as I said, to complete the building, we need electricals. We need, for now, we finish plumbing, so we need electrical, we need gas installations. We have to complete the plastering, the painting, the windows and the doors. We have to fix all of them. Then the ground, we have to do the groundwork too. And then the ceiling, all of them have to finish.
So I want you to take me on a tour now of this thing you have done, what you are building. Let me just see generally what your plan is.
Right now, this is the open where you enter.
Okay.
So here, these are the OPD.
Okay.
These are wards.
Wards. Yes. So you intend that people should be admitted here?
Yeah. So we have the pediatrics, the maternity and those. Okay. So these are just general wards. Some of the wards we've attached a doctor or nurse post. For instance, that here, So this is a small ward.
Okay.
And this is a nurse's post with a washroom. So currently, those plastering, the masons are doing their work. They are plastering.
So you're actually working? It's not as if
no, we are working. It's work in progress.
Okay.
It's work in progress. We haven't stopped.
So I see that you've mixed
yes.
Ready to continue with your plastering.
Yes. So the mason surface, the plastering.
Oh, how is the plastering going?
Oh, it's going good.
Going well.
And we are doing the international plastering.
Why are you calling international plastering?
Because in Ghana they don't use this one to work. We don't see that we use machine and work here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's we are using Italian strategy to do the work.
Wait, are you also a blogger?
Oh, I'm a hustler.
Okay, let me understand this. You're not a regular mason. You are part of the team that is putting this.
Part of the team.
As a person, why do you think you need to join this particular exercise?
In Ghana, or I can say Ashaiman, anywhere you pass, they say mosques, but we don't have a hospital. So our sisters, our brothers, when they go to hospital, there is some things that when we get our Zongo hospital, I think it can help us because, when your wife is going to give a birth and she's a woman, maybe a man is going to take care of her, that kind of challenges was amount of the thing that our leaders make them that we should come together so that we can build something great so that we can push ourselves.
About how many consulting rooms do you have for this?
Every ward has 3 of these.
So every ward, and you have...
Every floor, right, Asara, every floor.
And you have 4 floors?
We have 4
So you have like 9 consulting rooms?
Yes, this is the 4th floor. So these are apartments for visiting doctors. If I have any doctor from outside coming to assist. So instead of going to hire a hotel somewhere, we've decided to build these apartments. There are about 3.
Well, because this medical center is, among other things, expected to save the Zango community or the Muslim community of Ashaiman, the people who are behind this project have decided to add a very key part of a hospital that serves Muslim community, which is the bathing area for corpses. Now, they have put up something very temporary. Let me just look at that, which is this room here. And they say it is going to be the cold room where they would keep the corpses temporarily. So this is the first stage where the temporary holding area of corpses. Then to the next room here. This is the bathing area for corpses as Muslims. When a person loses their life, before they are buried, they are given the proper bath and then wrapped up in the appropriate material for burial. So how important is a project like this for the Zongo community in Ashaiman? I've come to speak to the chief of the Zongo here. Do people of Ashaiman, Zongo, and Ashaiman generally need an extra hospital? Do you not have enough hospitals already?
We have enough, but the Muslim community, we are relegated to the background. Anytime we go to hospital, as a Muslim, we have some privacy. So we are very grateful. This hospital will at least imbibe some Muslim culture where we have a Muslim doctor, nurses. So it's very important to us.
Do the people of this town need a hospital?
We need it.
But someone will say, build a school or build a mosque. Why are you building a hospital?
The school, see, there are a committee item from Ashama, they are building school. Okay. The name is Nurul Bayan. Okay. How they came with the intention to build hospital, we support them.
What about mosque? We are Muslim. Why not building a mosque? Why building a hospital?
There are many mosques in the town. The hospital is very, very important.
The people who are putting up this project say they are doing it for the community members. But do the community members really need it? Do you know about the hospital that they are building here?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
It's good, it's better, because we don't have any big hospital in Ashaiman here. Only small hospitals. So if you have some big sickness, you have to go to general.
Is general there?
General is too far for Ashaiman.
It's too far. But they've been building it for like 6 years now. Are you waiting for them to finish? Do you hear?
Yes. We want it like if today they finish the hospital, we will love it.
It's about the Muslim community to have their own clinic whereby if a Muslim woman goes there for checkup or anything of that sort, a woman of her caliber can take care of her.
A woman doctor?
Yes, a woman doctor.
So that's what you're desiring?
Yes, yes, yes.
Why is that important?
It is very important because I will take myself for as an example. I went to the hospital, let me see, polyclinic. I have something that I cannot disclose with you. Okay. It was a man who took care of me. He saw everything about me that I have to hinder it from any man except my husband. But he saw it.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it at all.
So for you, your desire is that if this hospital is finished, there could be some separation of treatment?
Yes. So that will help the Muslim community.
So women doctors take care of women doctors?
Women patients.
Okay.
Yes.
And
men doctors to take care of them.
But now where the project has reached, they say they want more support. I don't know what you can do in your own way to also help.
Yes, we are with our 1 cedi, 2 cedi contribution, yes. Okay. A woman selling cola, pure water, whatever. Okay. Whatever you have. Whether 1 cedi, 2 cedi, they do take it.
Well, this hospital is in the 13th Park electoral area in the Ashaiman municipality, and the assembly member is here. What are the other hospitals you have in terms of government hospitals, and how will this augment your health needs in a community?
Government hospital, we just recently had an upgrade of our polyclinic to a municipal hospital, but it lacks a lot of hospital status equipment and then specialists. So we think that another intervention that will be a little bit higher than what we have with modern facilities and then additional specialists will be solving most of our health problems, because we take most of our health problems that are bigger than facility to either General Hospital, 37, Yatema, or 37 or Ridge. Once it's a community-based initiative, though 1 or 2 people are leading it, the community must come in with their support, especially where the fundraising was done within the community and opinion leaders were asked to participate in the fundraising, which we all contributed to. And I think where the project has gotten to, due to fund, is very slow. And when cooperation and then support comes from community members and other concerned people, it will help a lot.
Well, in some sports news, Kumasi Asante Kotoko defeated Accra Hearts of Oak to win the 2025 President's Cup at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, the Porcupine Warriors secured the cup with a 2-1 victory over their arch-rivals in a match played in honor of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Well, on that note, we draw the curtains on this package of the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Do visit our website, channel1news.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. I'm Charles Osukumi. Thank you for watching.